Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday show. We have a very special guest this week, and that is none other than St. John the Baptist. And he's stepping forward and he's talking about the importance of taking a moment to understand that God is all around us. And he says that when he was alive, he very much understood that God was around us, and he preached that many times to his followers, telling them all the time that God is all around us and God is with us at any moment. And he says to me that in the land today, he wants people to understand that not only is God all around us, he's all everywhere in the universe, and he is able to understand every aspect of one's life, every aspect of what is happening in the world. And he says to me that there are times when God is very saddened by humanity, by what takes place in humanity, the atrocities, the wars, and the difficulties that takes place in humanity. But he says there are other times when he says that God is very, very pleased with all of humanity, because he says that it is remarkable when people come together in the face of adversity, when they come together and help others, and when they live in harmony, and also when they help people who are sick, who are in need, and they show love to others. And he says that we must not forget all the good that is done in the world. And we often talk about the negative aspects of the world, but there is a lot of good. And he feels that it's important that people understand this, understand that love is also all around us. And he makes me feel as though there's the sort of the negative side of our world and the positive side of our world. And he says that positivity comes from love and can only come from the heart, because when you feel that love in your heart and want to help other people, that's when the light it will be around you, and the light from the universe will surround you and be with you to follow through what is coming from your heart. He says that when people are committing atrocities and negative things, he says that there is so much darkness that surrounds, because the light isn't there. The light walks away from darkness when the light isn't part of darkness. But he says that when we are observing the negatives in the world, our world will come in and try and lift the darkness and invade the darkness and bring the light to any situation. And he says to me that what's so important in life is that if we always are working from our heart and feeling the love and giving the love out and being in the light, then we will never fail in our lives. Because many people, they come to the earth plane for a reason, and so many people, when they go back to the spirit world, they feel that they failed because of their actions. And he doesn't want people to fail. He wants people to succeed in their life. And he says that if you always do the right thing, always work from love and always work from the light, then you will never ever fail in your life. And he says, and he's showing me God. I'm not actually seeing the image of God, but I'm actually the awareness of God. And he says to me that God is always pleased with those people that operate in the light. And so I feel that the message for today is about being in the light and showing love from your heart. And God and the highly evolved spirit in the spirit world will always be with you when you are of that ilk. Thank you for listening to this week's show, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.